Okay, this is classic video 320 or 321. I'm going to have you copy this work, check your work against mine, write down the 5 words. So here we go. You need to know that for this problem right here, these 3 angles all plus up to give you 180 degrees. So you need to know when you're adding these, I have my 4x plus 90. I have adding that my 5x minus 10, and then I got to make sure I can't forget this 1x right here. That's 1x added to all this equal to 180. The first step I need you to is combine all of your x terms, that 4x, 5x, 1x, that combines to give me 10 of those x's. And then that 90 minus 10, it's not going to give you 100. Nope, you're not going to get 100 right there. 100, nope. 90 minus 10 gives you positive 80, and that's still equal to that 180. Now it becomes a 2-step equation, 2 steps, where the first step involves you getting rid of this 80. So I'm going to subtract 80 on both sides. Blue. And when that 80 goes away, bring down 10x, bring down 100 by subtracting 180 minus 80. And now right here, the opposite, timesing by 10, dividing by 10. And when I do that work, that gives me x equals 10. But remember, that's not for the angles. For the angles, you need to take that x and plug it in and do the math to find the actual degree opening. So here I go. For A, take that 4x plus 90. Where there's an x, I'm going to plug in 10. Close that up, plus 90. So that gives me 4 times 10, which is 40, plus that 90 gives me angle A is 130 degrees. If I find angle B, take that x number and plug that into 5, plug in 10 right here, close that up, minus 10. That gives me 50 minus 10, which gives me angle B is 40 degrees. And then, of course, if I wanted to find that last angle, angle C is just what that answer is for x right away. Angle C is 10. And then if I added these up, they should plus up to be 180 if I did that right. All right, next problem. For these, you're trying to find number of solutions without having to solve. So you need to know, whenever I have these x numbers are the same, but this number right here is different, that's always the no solution look. You're not going to have any answers to that. That's no solutions because your x numbers are different. If I look at this one, I'm sorry, x numbers are the same, but the plain y numbers, those are different. That's your no solution look. Whale. If I have one of these and the numbers right here in front of x are different, that's 4, this is a 1, those are different. Those x numbers are not the same. As soon as they're different, that is a 1 solution right away without having to do any math. That's going to be 1 solution. Do I have the same number of x's and the different? That's no solution. And then, of course, the other one, when everything is exactly the same, all the same, that means you have that infinite solution look, or all answers work. Infinite solutions, or that's another word for many, many solutions. All right, but again, same numbers in front of x, but different plain number without the x, no solution. Different number in front of x, instantly 1 solution. And if everything's the same, that's instantly infinite solutions. Black. All right, this one, I'm going to have you rotate it, which is just opposite Just oppo. Do not flip the points around. You don't want to flip them around, just opposite. So here we go. Maybe on your paper, write down these coordinates for the original A, B, C, D so I can keep track. A is -3 up 2. B is -4 up 3. C is -1 up 3. And then D is -2, +2. If I do a 180 turn, that's going to be to here. It's going to be just oppo. It's going to be upside down. These 180 turns always end up upside down. So let me show you. If I just oppo, let's get rid of this. If I just opposite, here I go, oppo, that A prime becomes 3, -2, just opposite. B prime becomes 4, -3, just opposite. C prime becomes 1, -3. And then D prime becomes 2, -2. Plot those in the right place. So here I go. I go 3, -2. That's going to be A prime. Label that right away. I got 4, -3. That's going to be B prime. Label that right away. And then I have 1, -3 over 1 down 3. Label that right away. That's C prime. And then I have 2, -2 right there. And that right there is D prime. Sorry about that, kind of getting jacked up. Let me try to move this. There we go. All right, draw your little shape. Should be upside down, clearly upside down. And let me just redraw those lines. And now if I do a dilation, that means I'm timesing. If that whole number, it's going to get bigger. I'm timesing. So I'm going to times each of those numbers by 2. I'm timesing these by 2. That's going to double it. It's going to get bigger. I'll draw those in blue. A double prime, when that's doubled, becomes 6, -4. When I double B prime, that becomes 8, -6. When I double C prime, that becomes 2, -6. And then when I double D prime, that becomes 4, -4. Dolphin. So when I plot those, it should be a bigger form of that. So 6, -4. That's going to be A double prime. 8, -6. Way down here, that's going to be B double prime. 2, -6. Way down here, that's going to be C double prime. And then 4, -4. That's going to be D prime double prime. Draw that. Should be twice the size. Every length has been doubled. Should be able to see that this clearly is 1 box long. This is 2 boxes long, doubled. This is 3. This has been doubled to 6 boxes total. So again, when you're doing a dilation and that factor is bigger than a half, bigger than a fraction, bigger than 1, it's going to get bigger. If that was a fraction of maybe 1/2, that's when you divide. But this one is timesing. All right, last one. For this one, again, know that on the test, I'm going to give you this number right away. And you're going to have to just add those up. But for this one, first step, of course, is to take 180 minus that 103. That should give me 77. And then just know to find this outside angle, all I have to do is add these up. Know that those are going to be given to you right away on test day. You don't even have to subtract to find that 77. It's going to be given to you. So all you have to do is take that 34 and that 77, add them up to get 111 degrees. For this one, this is going to the right. So I'm going to write first translate right. That's all I'm going to say is I'm translating and the direction. And then from here, I'm going to reflect. So now my next step is to reflect and let's say over the, and you got to tell me this is the x axis over the x axis, not the y axis, over the x axis. For this one right here, if you know this is 63, know that this angle up here is that equal 63. So if I was having you find angle B already, angle B, if I'm looking for it, is 63 degrees. If I want to find angle A, all I have to do is take that 63 away from 180, and that will give me what that angle would have to be. So if I do 180 minus that 63 and use my calculator or good old-fashioned arithmetic, that should be 117 degrees. So if I'm asking for angle A is not angle B, sorry. Angle A would be 117 degrees. Good luck. Thanks for listening. Wave.